Hey Abe, how are you? Glad to see you. Well, or see you're here. Hello, who's that? I don't see who actually comes in until they say something, so raise your hand, I guess. Hi, Tony. I just got in not too long ago from doing some work. It's hot today, about, I guess they said it was about 107 degrees. I think that's pretty close to 43 Celsius. So I'm just taking a little time to kind of wet my face up here. Been wet all day, but Tony, what have you been up to today? By the way, I'm hitting the hard stuff. Mug root beer. Well, we got a few people here. Hey, Alex. Hello. Well, today's shave is kind of a conglomeration of things. Um, I'm sure some of you know Daniel Hutchings. He sent this to me as a gift. It is the Shaven Sailor. I don't know if I'm backward or forward or what the deal is with the camera. Last time I went live, it switched everything around, but the scent on this is Ship's Barber, and the guy that makes this is Stephen Robertson. Oh, still sorting that insurance thing out, huh? Um, so I just wanted to holler out, thank you, Daniel. And Stephen, I'm about ready to try this out and see what I can do with it on a straight razor shave. Speaking of that, speaking of Stephen, he sent me a razor to do a clean up and restore on. Actually, he sent two of them, but this is one. It's A.J. Jordan, Sheffield, England. And so what I did a on this, cleaned it up, put an edge on it. Hi, Spencer. And I'm going to take a first pass with this, I think, or maybe just a couple swipes. I want to test the edge out on it, see if it's ready to go. I'm sure it is, but just play with it a little bit. Now, this little story here, I'm sure you know some notorious sniper by the name of Pumpkinhead, uh, Gerard. He hollers at me one day and he says, "Hey, I need your address. I want to send you a couple razors to put an edge on." So, in the mail one day, I opened this thing up and I said, "Crap." I just been mad. Anyway, come to find out, he sent me a brand new Dovo Bismarck. Hey, Spencer, stick around for a minute. Anyway, I was floored. I probably never would have bought something like this for myself. And yet, Gerard did. And this is the main star of the show right today for a shave. Um, Another little announcement to make on Spencer's account. Uh, I just released my first aftershave splash, and it is called Elixir Number One. There will be a few others to follow, but this is the scent on this is black pepper, bergamot, vanilla, and menthol. The menthol is there. I mean, it's not rip your face off or anything, but it's there. So we'll be using that afterwards. It ought to be nice since it's been so warm today. So anyway, what I was going to try to do with this shave, necessarily that it is the only way, but it's kind of like my way of doing things. Maybe it'll help some of you in your beginning straight razor shaves. It's just things that I do and habits that I've developed that seem to make it a little bit easier for me. Uh, a little history with my own skin is that it's somewhat sensitive. The facial hair is a little bit tough. So, what I try to do is minimize my passes and give it a good pass, a long pass usually. Sorry, folks, I'm just a little bit wiped out today, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and get started lathering up. And this is Shaven Sailor. Oh, cool, Tony. That's awesome. Is it big enough? I don't think you'll. Yes, it really has taken it out of me today. I'm feeling just. I've been meaning to do this for 3 days, and I figure I better do it tonight. Otherwise, I won't feel like it in another 10 minutes. Go ahead and add just a tiny bit more water to this. That lathers up pretty good. I like the smell on it. It's got a little bit of vanilla. The reason I picked that one is because of the vanilla in the aftershave splash. Okay, so a couple swipes here with Stephen Robertson's razor, testing the edge out first. Now, for those of you who are starting into the straight razor shaves, um, one of the most important things I think that you can try to get yourself in the habit of doing first is making sure that you stretch your skin. I've seen a lot of people with commissaries and shavettes and one thing and another who are trying to just kind of freehand it. And in some cases, I do as well. But somehow you've got to stretch your skin, whether it's with your fingers or blowing out your cheek or tipping your head up. And you'll see some of that going on as I'm doing these passes here. What it does is it pulls your skin taut, less chance for the razor to bite you, and it allows for a closer pass at the same time. Abe, I'm not feeling like no Fight Club tonight. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So what I usually do, I start up here and pull the skin up, and I like to take long passes. I'm not worried about how much I'm taking off for hair in that one pass. I'm getting some, but the idea is to not go over it several times in the same spot if you can help it. Okay. That told me what I needed to know about the edge for this steel. So I'm done with this razor for now. And yes, yeah, yeah. Just stamp it in my forehead. Okay, on to the Dovo. We'll go ahead. And I try to adjust the angle on this to where it's cutting, but still as close to the face as possible with the spine. Don't worry about what you're missing on your first pass. Long, smooth passes. But stretch that skin. All right. I have to say, I was really floored when Gerard sent me this. Uh, humbled. This is something I'll keep for the rest of my life. It's a beautiful razor. It's got a nice weight to it. Feels really good. And Stephen Robertson soap feels pretty good too. It's got a decent slickness to it. Lathers up good. Now I instill the theory of keeping the passes down. What I try to do is make the most effective passes. My hair grows somewhat like this. Some people just straight down. Some is all around, but at least for mine, it's down like this. If I go across, I'm actually taking it at a bias. I get a more effective pass. So I can eliminate doing this one because it's really not doing much more than what I've already done by going down. So go ahead and start here. And usually I don't have to even do really an upward pass for a very smooth shave because since it's growing this way, if I'm going to the side to the ears, it's almost the same as if I'm going straight up. Well, hello, Mr. Mason. Now on my neck, I go ahead and I do that upward pass. And this will usually get me where I need to be or want to be with a straight razor shave. No irritation, uh, no having to wait for a few days because I tore my face up or anything. If you like the feedback on the razor, you ought to hear the feedback in the kitchen. My folks are in there right now. You might have overheard them just a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and check how it feels. See if there's anything that needs to be touched up. to me, that's pretty much an everyday, trouble-free 2-pass shave. That leaves me feeling pretty good. And I think we're there. Just see if I need to do a little straightening up here. All right. Well, does any of you have any questions? And now to finish this off, I again have to accredit the prodding to Spencer Frankel. He has been after me and after me to release a aftershave splash. The first one is with menthol, black pepper, bergamot, and vanilla. And let's see if this will give me a little cooling action. You just need to shake it a little bit. Yep, it's all there. You will, if you like menthol, you will love the menthol. There's plenty of it. It's not rip your face off, but there's enough of it there. Very nice. So these are available now. Anybody that's interested. I think a few people have already picked some up. Now back to the root beer. I'm looking to hire some guys come out and help in the garden. Any of you's interested? Hey Ray, how are you? Well, kind of, sort of, but I guess you'll be able to go back and review it if you want to. Ray, what I did was shaved with a Dovo Bismarck, which was a gift, and it shaves very nicely. Oh, it's not St. Augustine's. No, it's the cheap stuff. uh, I used for a soap the Shaven Sailor, and that is by Stephen Robertson, and he kind of hangs out on It's Just Shaving on Facebook. And the brush I used was my own creation here. And I finished it off with Elixir #1. This is a new release from Wild West. So that catches you up there. I wish my chat wouldn't keep going off every time. But well, by some people's definitions, it might be hell, but it's about 35 acres. And it's watermelons, cantaloupes, cucumbers, squash, lots of all of it. Just right now, it's feeling like a little bit too much of it with the heat and everything, but I'm kind of wore out. Maybe I'll get a chance to take a break tomorrow. So, thank you all for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you're watching this after the fact, hope you enjoyed it too. All right, folks, have a good night. I'll catch you on the other side of things. It is too much like work, Alex. Now it's time for me to go sit down. Y'all be good. Good night, Tony, Abe, Alex, Sean, Doug, and Ray. And I hope you have a wonderful evening.